Now getting a sneak peek at the strategy that Michael Astorga's lawyer wants to use to keep the cop killer off death row. The attorney has just filed an emergency petition with the state Supreme Court. News 13's Jeff Todd is live in the Newsplex. Jeff?
Astorga's supposed to find out next month if he's facing life in prison or the lethal injection chamber. If his attorney Gary Mitchell gets his way, though, the sentencing will just essentially turn into a brand new trial. The last time Michael Astorga sat inside a courtroom was Friday, and the judge, Neil Candelaria, ruled the defense could not argue Astorga's innocence or that the death penalty is unconstitutional during his sentencing. First thing today, Gary Mitchell filed this petition asking the state Supreme Court to weigh in.
New Mexico's in a rather unique place, the only state in the union to be in this particular position because they're the only state to have repealed the death penalty but still keep it in effect for those whose cases were pending at the time. There's no case law on it. There's no idea about how you're supposed to proceed.
The sentencing jury is allowed to hear mitigating factors when deciding life or death. Mitchell argues that Astorga's possible innocence and the state's repeal of the death penalty are mitigating factors. Astorga was found guilty last October of the 2006 traffic stop murder of Bernalillo County Deputy James McGrain.
Now with the new evidence that we have, we know for sure they convicted an innocent man, with DNA evidence and other witnesses.
Mitchell claims private experts say McGrain's DNA should have been found on Astorga's truck, and it wasn't. He also says there are new alibi witnesses. He also thinks the jury should decide if it's unfair that Astorga faces the death penalty, saying it's been banned because New Mexicans feel that it is cruel and unusual punishment.
Mr. Astorga is guilty, and this trial is only about whether or not life or death is the appropriate sentence.
The DA, Carrie Brandenburg, expects the state Supreme Court to actually take a decision on this within the next week and a half. Back to you.
All right, Jeff, the sentencing phase of the trial is still scheduled to begin September the 12th with jury selection.